Namaste. Today's episode of Beyond the Reels is going to be very interesting and different because we are going to talk about the new season of a very popular series called Made in Heaven. But we are yet to find what is so heavenly in it. For while watching this new season, all we could find were distorted narratives, toxic feminism, and peddling wrong agendas that the writers want to just unleash on youngsters of today and create miscommunication and a web of misinformation that the Hindu society is trying to battle against to survive and take forward the civilization. I want to talk about how men have been projected in the series or in the new season. Apart from very few characters, very few male characters, most of the grooms in all the shadis that Tara and company are planning, almost all of them are really bad. There is hardly any man who is good, who is kind, who is noble. The writers have ensured that the series is filled with straight men who mock women, who are abusive towards women, who use women in the wrong way, who have some dark past, who are not truthful, who are not faithful. One thing I noticed in season 2, it was there in season 1 also, that the writers are on an overdrive to show that the only kind of love that is fulfilling or that is working out is the same-sex love. What is it that we want to project? That only same-sex relationships work and opposite sex partners do not find happiness or do not find love, or there's something wrong with that kind of arrangement or relationship. I've noticed this in the fashion industry also, that colors are going away out of the Indian wedding circuit. There's so much of anglicization, muted tones. All the Bollywood brides keep wearing these creams and beiges and powder pinks and powder blues. The writers of and the stylists of this series, Made in Heaven, has actually extended this whole concept in the series as well. None of the brides are wearing bright, happy colors that Indian Hindu weddings are known for. And not just Hindu, Indian weddings, Bharatiya weddings. This is complete. This is a complete colonized mindset that shows Indian weddings as too bright and too garish. In one of the episodes where they show the marriage of two Bollywood celebrities, there is a character called Gibbs G. She walks into the niece setting where the entire family is supposed to get a family photograph, and she comes dressed in a beautiful Rani color sari. And there are these looks given to her that she's very ghati, and her color is not going with the muted tones of everybody in that frame, and she is placed towards the end of the group so that she is hardly visible. So Indian weddings where happy colors are supposed to rule, reds and oranges and ochres and Rani pinks and bright yellows and turquoise blues and firozis, इस सीरीज में वो सब दिखी नहीं. मतलब बहुत ही सब कुछ बहुत दुखी सा लग रहा था. सब कुछ बहुत ही white wedding type का लग रहा था. Everything is very white, everything is very English, and everything is very, very, very anglicized. And this is what is whitewashing of Hindu weddings is called. The script writer has put an immense attention to ensure that that no bride is wearing bindi, that the weddings do not show Hindu rituals, Sanatani rituals. There is no puja, there is no havan. The wedding cards have no Ganesh ji and Lakshmi ji's pictures. There is no sign of haldi ka tika. There is no sign of sindoor. But there are pictures of Akbar, and there are pictures of Shah Jahan, and there are pictures of Mumtaz Mahal on the cards. There is champagne is flowing like the brook, and there is Nach Gana, there is the Bollywood song and dance, but there is only Nach Gana. There is no puja, there is no spirituality in the coming together of two souls in a Hindu wedding. It's not just the weddings that they have played around with. In one of the episodes, they show that a very rich family is having the tervi of a deceased father, and in that tervi, jahan pe generally and normally Hindu families have a havan, have a puja, and people come and they pay their respects. यहाँ पे लोग champagne flutes clink करके champagne पी रहे थे, celebrating what a great and what an enjoyable and what a larger than life figure he was and how he enjoyed his life. While the writers have shown Hindu men in really bad light and Hindu weddings as something very ghati and that needs to be anglicized and that needs to be westernized, and champagne needs to flow, and you kind of have intimate weddings and not involve too many family members, but you need to hire guests so that the shadi looks all full and all proper. In a Muslim wedding, what the writers have done is they have shown polygamy, but they've very cleverly shown that the new bride is a gold digger and is duping the groom. Whereas, how many cases, I'm sure we can find many cases where the groom unapologetically marries not once, not twice, but maybe more than 3 times, and he does it out of his own will. There is no element of he being duped by the woman. Polygamy is legalized and legitimate in the Muslim society. This the writers did not dare to show, and so they used the crutch of a woman being the clever one, the cunning one, and duping the man to enter into wedlock when he already has a wife. A very important episode in the series, in season 2, deals with caste-based relationships, intercaste marriages. Now, while Radhika Apte plays a Marathi Dalit girl who talks a bit of sense and a lot of nonsense. Now, while we don't want to go into the nonsense that she talks or the writers make her mouth, I think it's very important to understand that any story or any series or any kind of such cinema that deals with intercaste relationships or intercaste marriages or the caste system in the Hindu society should not be bereft of delving into the history, the evolution, and the initiation of the problems that the caste system had, and who were the people who actually legitimized and canonized this and weaponized this problem. But it's not, we can understand why Radhika Apte is given this role. We can understand how this whole toxic narrative is being peddled through the series. But it doesn't go into the deeper relevance of this problem and just touches the surface, creating even more misunderstandings and peddling even more misinformation through this episode. In the last episode, a woman stands at the marriage altar and vows to, be truthful and faithful to herself, as if she's marrying herself. And this very suggestion that men are not needed or women are enough for themselves and the society can just do with women is a dangerous trend in itself that such series are perpetuating through their toxic narratives. Thank you.